Hello, everyone. My name is Makenna Bryant, and I'm a sophomore here at Oglethorpe University. I am majoring in business administration and minoring in film and media studies. I'm originally from Charleston, South Carolina, and I did my internship at the Walt Disney Company in Orlando, Florida. Let me tell you my story. Once upon a time, I was trying to make a decision on where to go to school. I really wanted to go to Oglethorpe University in Georgia, but I also really wanted to work for the Walt Disney Company in Florida. And then a friend of mine mentioned the Disney College program, and I realized I could do both. And the deal was really sealed on map day because I walked into a presentation room and someone was actually giving a talk about their experience with the Disney College program. And it was a business administration student. That really inspired me and gave me hope, thinking if she could do it, I could do it too. I was hooked. I began applying immediately and got in for spring 2020. Now, the Walt Disney Company was started by none other than Walt Disney himself, who was born in 1901 in Marceline, Missouri. Now, although the company did not start off in amusement parks, it soon grew to that with Disneyland opening in 1955 and Walt Disney World in 1971. But when Walt Disney World opened, it wasn't what we know today. It was just Magic Kingdom. So they didn't need the extra help. But once the park started to grow, they realized they could use some college student assistance and began the Walt Disney World College program in 1981 with only 250 students. Nowadays, that's more to 12 to 13,000 students a year. And I began my program on January 13th of this year. My role was attractions, specifically guest flow operations, which was a position that was just created last August for the opening of Star Wars: Galaxy's Edge in Hollywood Studios, and was kept on because of the popularity of the ride Rise of the Resistance, the new ride. Now, working at Galaxy's Edge was different than from working at anywhere else in the park because it was its own planet, totally separate from Earth. We had our own language. For instance, instead of saying hello, I would say bright suns, travelers. We had our own costuming. And as you can see from the picture, we had our own gorgeous landscape, beautiful Batu. Now, my responsibility was not just staying in the theme. I also had to help with the My Disney Experience app, assist with the virtual queue for the ride, park strollers, my favorite because it brought a little order into my chaotic Disney life, and guarding hand sanitizer during the coronavirus threats. I did that more towards the end of my program. But my most important responsibility was crisis management. I did this a lot because as Rise of the Resistance was a new ride and Disney's first ever trackless ride, it went down a lot. And our queue for going down was 101. And even when it was up, which was 102, it was still a problem because it was a virtual queue ride, which meant a lot of people didn't get to ride that day. But I was not only found on Galaxy's Edge, I could be found really anywhere in the park. And my secondary location was Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, which opened March 4th, 2020. And you can see me in the front row of this picture as I was part of the opening team. I am right between Mickey and Minnie and Josh DeMero, the president of Walt Disney World Resorts. Now, I would love to tell you all about the things I did as opening team, but sadly, I can't. Because when I signed on with the company, like all other employees, I had to sign a non-disclosure agreement, which says I will not talk about anything that Disney tells me not to talk about. So I can't tell you what I did, but I can tell you all about what I learned. I learned how to handle multitasking efficiently because I had a bunch of responsibilities all at the same time. I had to learn how to be flexible with my work as I could be found anywhere at any time in any costume. I had to learn how to be effective in talking to customers, and most importantly, how to create happiness, which is Disney's overall goal, not just for the park, but the whole company. And there are 4 keys to creating this happiness were safety, courtesy, show, and efficiency. These keys are important, I believe, not just for Disney, but can be adopted by any business strategy because they are so guest-oriented or customer-oriented, especially that first key, safety. And it was because of that first key that Disney decided on March 16th, 2020, to close all their parks and send all their program participants home, including me. But that did teach me my most important lesson. Never put off the things you want to do. You may not have the time. Sadly, I never got to see Fantasmic, which was the show at Hollywood Studios where I worked. I never got to see it, but Disney was not just about handling a crisis. Again, they're very customer oriented and they are known for their excellent customer service. This model that they use was developed actually by Walt Disney himself. It begins with leader excellence, leading to cast excellence, leading to guest satisfaction, and good business results. I got to see this model in action every day, and I will be taking it with me in my future business career. Now, Disney College Program was a college program, so they did offer us courses. These were a few that they offered that I was signed up for. Sadly, I didn't get to take all of them, but I did have time to earn my master's degree in Leadership 101, and I posted the certificate that they gave us. I do highly recommend the Disney College Program because it's a really unique experience where you're getting taught the discipline that you need to grow up and get into the working world, but you also still get to be a kid. You're at Disney. You get complimentary admission to the parks, you get discounts on merchandise and dining, but don't get me wrong, it's not all magical. You're gonna have days where it's cold, rainy, you're working a really long shift like I am in that picture. And overall, you're gonna have bad days. But if you can switch your focus from your happiness towards the guest happiness, which is what Disney values, you could really begin to make every day a good day. Now, for anyone that's in there that's considering an internship, I definitely say yes, absolutely go for it. But find an internship that you will enjoy doing because college gives you this unique opportunity to still be figuring out what you want to do, what career you want to go on. And an internship could point you in the right direction. For me, I believe that right direction may be ABC Studios in the future. But if you don't exactly know where you want to go, you can go out and look for something. The school offers Handshake. You can Google it like I did. I just typed in Disney College Program, the application popped up. Or if you know a specific company you want to work for, go towards their website and see what internships they offer. Now, this is the end of my presentation. This next slide is just going to be resources that I use for the background information, but thank you all for listening. And if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. I love talking Disney.
I have a question for you. That was a great presentation, and having gone to Disney, I know how, I can't imagine how hard it is to do that internship program. But what would you change about the program if you knew something going into it before you went? What advice would you have to other students that may be doing this program or other internships that are this probably intense?
Well, actually, there's not a lot I would change just about how Disney handled the program because they're very, very good at it. It's changed over the years and they've gotten really good at making sure the transition is smooth and we can adjust well. And the only advice I would give to anyone that wants to go to the Disney internship or to another internship is just to say yes to everything. I know I'm a very cautious person, and I feel like going to Disney may be more spontaneous and able to take opportunities. If I hadn't said yes to being part of the opening team, I would have missed a huge experience in my life. So really my advice is just go for it.